It is May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. Thanks for joining us on Newsday TV this Friday. I'm Ken Buffa. We have some tough news for you first. There was an outpouring of emotion at a synagogue in Roslyn as friends and family members paid tribute to a teenager killed by an accused wrong-way drunk driver. Newsday TV's Cecilia Dowd has this story.
Hundreds of mourners arrived at Temple Sinai in Roslyn for the funeral of 14-year-old Ethan Falkowitz. Ethan was remembered as someone who never did anything halfway, with a thirst for knowledge that was never ending. He was a boy who never forgot anyone's birthday and who called his grandma every night. 14-year-old Drew Hassanbein and Ethan were killed by alleged drunk driver Amandeep Singh Wednesday night in Jericho. 2 other teens in their car were injured. Mike Claxton says Ethan was one of the most generous, compassionate kids you'll ever meet.
Very inquisitive, just always wanted to learn, always wanted to challenge you, wanted you to challenge him. And he was one of the most loving people I would say I got a chance to meet. And for a kid to be so young, just and have such a bright future, for all that to be taken away is just. It's really sad.
Ethan's dad said his son would always say, "I love you," and you had to say it back. He called him the epitome of perfection, and he said they are not going to let his legacy be a statistic. I'm reporting from Roslyn, Cecilia Dowd for Newsday TV.
Just horrible story there. Now, state police are planning to increase patrols on the southern state to prevent serious and deadly crashes. Troopers will be targeting high accident areas on the parkway. They'll also be going after aggressive and distracted drivers, while also including DWI checkpoints. And Long Island school districts are getting more than $770 million increase in state aid, which is a new record. If you do the math, that's about a 19% increase in state aid, which is well above the state average of 9.5%. It's all part of a 3-year effort in Albany to make sure less wealthy districts get enough money to provide a sound, basic education. And air traffic controllers that were told they'd have to move to Philadelphia can now stay put. The Federal Aviation Administration wanted the controllers from the Westbury Tracon air traffic facility to relocate to Philly. But the FAA has a change of heart recently. When the FAA first announced the move, controllers staged a protest and met with Senator Charles Schumer, saying they did not want to uproot their families. And dozens of dog owners from Long Island are primping their pooches as they get ready for the 147th annual Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show. More than 40 Long Island dogs are competing in breed and group categories this year, which includes Balboa from East Meadow.
When I found out that Balboa was accepted into Westminster Dog Show, I was so excited because it is such an honor to have your dog in that show.
The Best in Show finale is Monday and Tuesday at the Billie Jean King Tennis Center in Queens. And Suffolk's finest and bravest teamed up for a rescue operation in East Moriches. A bunch of ducklings got stuck in a sewer drain this morning at the Walden Pond apartment complex. Police and firefighters had to pull the grate off, go down the drain to get their hands on the baby ducks. First responders said they saw the mama duck watching from nearby bushes. All right, coming up, from Wall Street to whiskey.
Personally never liked vodka before. I really enjoy making it now.
Our exclusive Feed Me series continues with a trip to the Twisted Cow Distillery. Plus,
get excited. We have a look at the most anticipated films of the summer.
Are you ready for one last ride?
From Marvel to Mission Impossible, Indy and Barbie, what you'll see on the big screen.
all right, time now for a look at your Long Island weather. Tonight, we're cooling off with some partly cloudy skies, and tomorrow it's finally going to be nice with highs reaching 70 degrees. Taking a closer look at tomorrow, we have sun all day with temperatures climbing. Seems like a nice day all around. Thank goodness.
Welcome to Newsday at the Movies. I'm Rafer Guzman, Newsday's film critic. Summer is almost here and things are heating up in the theaters. Let's start our summer movie preview with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Are you ready for one last ride?
Marvel's misfit superheroes are back for their third movie. The gang is all here. Chris Pratt as Peter Quill, Bradley Cooper as Rocket Raccoon, and yes, Zoe Saldana as Gamora. They're fighting a mad scientist called the High Evolutionary, played by Chukwudi Iwuji. It's in theaters now. Here's another familiar face, Harrison Ford in Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
You found something on a train during the war. A dial that could change the course of history.
Why are you chasing the thing that drove your father crazy?
This is the fifth and probably last time for Ford to play the famous archaeologist. Would you believe he's 80 years old? His co-star is Phoebe Waller-Bridge from Fleabag. The director is not Steven Spielberg, it's James Mangold. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny hits theaters June 30th. Next up is Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1.
Your days of fighting for the so-called greater good are over.
It wouldn't be summer without Tom Cruise. He's once again playing Agent Ethan Hunt alongside his usual all-star cast. This is Mission Impossible number 7, and Paramount says it features the biggest stunt in cinema history. We'll see about that when Dead Reckoning hits theaters July 12th. Finally, here's a different kind of summer blockbuster from Warner Brothers and Mattel Films.
Hi, Barbie. Hi, Barbie. Hi, Barbie. Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Ken.
Hi, Ken.
The movie is Barbie, and Margot Robbie plays the glamorous doll who made her debut back in 1959. Ryan Gosling plays Ken, Greta Gerwig is the director, and this will be Barbie's very first live-action film. It comes out July 21st. It really does feel like the movies are back. By August, we should have 10 or even 12 major hits and a couple reaching for that billion-dollar mark. After 3 years of the pandemic, this could be an exciting summer. For NewsdayTV, I'm Rafer Guzman.
Now you can see more of Rafer's movie previews and reviews. Just click Get More below the NewsdayTV video box.
Feed Me is brought to you by PC Richard & Son.
Liquor lovers can get one-of-a-kind spirits that are made here on the island. Scott Vogel takes us there in today's edition of Feed Me TV.
Talks about farm to table, but what about distillery to bar? My favorite bar is local, all the patrons are local, and my vodka's from Sweden. Am I the only one who's bothered by this?
You press down.
Nope.
Draw.
So is this guy.
Personally never liked vodka before. I really enjoy making it now.
John Pollock spent 25 years commuting back and forth from the island to Wall Street. Could you please paint us a picture of your life before?
Train, suit, early, no sleep.
And all the while, he dreamed of a different life. Until last fall, that is, when after years of planning and research and mentorship, he transformed a former Five and Dime in East Northport into Twisted Cow Distillery. Pollock was adamant that his be Long Island spirits, not just in name. The rye and wheat for his vodkas is grown at Foster Farm on the East End.
You can chew it. You can get some bread.
They are edible, right?
The fruit in his Twisted Richter's cider pie comes from the celebrated apple orchard just up the road.
Why do we have to get everything from halfway across the country when it's right here?
So the process from start to finish takes how long?
For a vodka, roughly 5 weeks from the time we mill our grain to the time we bottle. Press it up with two hands with full grip, get it on the shelf, and
right.
Perfect, well done. Now cork to bottle.
That's even easier than I thought.
Oh, look, messed up later. You have to take that one home.
Oh darn. I think it looks fine. You sure? I've seen bottles worse than this.
I can't sell that.
So we talked a lot about the distillery. Why did you want to have a bar, cocktail lounge, whatever this is?
The tasting room is a way to pay the bills as my spirits age.
I mean, it almost needs a new name because I'm used to vodka just being like, you know, hand sanitizer basically. You could never go back to a name brand typical vodka after this, right?
That's my hope.
You're right.
They're unique, one-of-a-kind spirits born of a one-of-a-kind local community.
People that have lived next to it for 20 years have never seen because you get on the train at 5:30 in the morning, you get home at 8:30 at night, and you don't see anyone.
And crafted by a one-of-a-kind guy who found the means and the metal to live his passion.
All of us suspect from time to time that we're living the wrong life. But here's the thing, some of us are actually doing something about it. And cheers to that.
So much fun.
Man, that cider pie sounded really good. Now, if you want to see more about Twisted Cow, go to our homepage. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Get more of the stories you've seen on Newsday TV at Newsday.com. Plus breaking news, investigations, things to do, restaurants, and other Long Island news you can't get anywhere else. At Newsday.com, covering Long Island like no one else can.
You're watching Newsday TV. I'm Ken Buffa. Thanks for spending part of your day with us. We leave you now with a look at your 7-day hyper local forecast.